Hey, I'm Pete Van Imberg. I'm the inventor and the patent holder for the Hitchmount-RACK, and I'm going to show you how to put this thing together today. Hey, when your 53-pound box shows up, you know your Hitchmount-RACK has arrived. Let's see what's in the box. First of all, you'll see on the top, you'll have some quality rack pads, fade-proof rack pads. You'll have a long load safety flag for those long loads, and you'll be greeted by the instructions, which are always a good thing to use. As you get into the box, you're going to find another smaller box which is going to contain all your hardware. You've got two sets of straps. This is called a center point adjustable sleeve. You've got two crossbars. This is your upper base unit, your lower base unit, and if you decided to opt for the bike rack, gear rack attachment, you'll have one of these in the box as well. Let's get started. Okay, now that you completed step one, which is inventorying all your items, we're going to move on to step two, which is assembling the lower base unit. What you're going to do is you're going to need some wrenches. You're going to need your hitch pin and clip. You're going to need the 2 3/4 inch bolts, which are the longer of the set of bolts you have here, and your center point adjustable sleeve or your center point adjustable sleeve with bike rack attachment. First step is secure the lower base unit. If you have got the center point adjustable sleeve with the handle so it's facing away from the vehicle, you're going to sleeve that over the lower base unit and just drop it down. Today we're going to assemble using the bike rack attachment, so I'm going to sleeve that just as I would, again, with those pieces facing away from the vehicle. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to put your hitch pin in so you have it handy when you're going over to the vehicle, and your hitch pin clip. All right, let's put it on the vehicle. Now you're going to simply go over to find your trailer hitch. You're going to slide the lower base unit in until the lower base unit is up against your spare tire. Once it's up against your spare tire, you're going to take the pin out. And secure it with the hitch pin clip. Now you're going to secure one of your 2 3/4 inch bolts. You're going to raise the center point adjustable sleeve up until it is essentially at a location where you can run a strap through the spare tire. Once you get it to a place of that approximation, just slide one of the bolts in, and now it's sitting in place. You'll take the other bolt, slide that into the lower section. Washers. And secure. No need to over tighten these, just get them secure. The last thing is to put your center point adjustable sleeve strap through the center point adjustable sleeve. Through your spare tire. And secure it tightly so that it's up against the spare tire. That prevents movement of the rack forward and aft of the vehicle. Store your extra through your spare tire. Now we're done with step two. Now that you've got the lower base assembled and on the vehicle, we're going to put the upper base unit together. You're going to need the two crossbars, you're going to need the upper base assembly, and you're going to need 4 of the 2 1/2 inch bolts. The first step here is the easiest. You're going to take one of the crossbars, just lay it on the ground. You're going to secure the upper base unit, slide it into the crossbar and then just lower it down like this. Grab the other crossbar, sleeve it over the top, and run 2 bolts through it. Go ahead and tighten these 2 bolts. Again, being careful not to over tighten. Now you've got the 1 crossbar secure. Rotate the unit over. And your upper unit is assembled. The last step is adding your rack pads, unless you've got some other type of carrying attachment you're going to place on the crossbars. Okay, we're going to put through the last step of this assembly. One thing that's good to do is take your last 2 2.5-inch bolts, put them up on your spare tire so you have easy access to them. We're going to take the now assembled upper base unit. You see I just put the rack pads on this particular one. We're going to lift it all the way up over the top of the Jeep and sleeve it into the lower base unit. Now what you want to do is make sure you've got about 2 inches of height above the Jeep right here. And then you're just going to find the appropriate hole and put the bolts through, one in the upper part of where it's sleeved in and one in the lower, and tighten it up. Hey, one last thing is if you have any play at all between your tire and the rack, you can put a little spacer in there, a piece of rubber, some cloth, something like that, fold it up just to make that take up that extra space. You want a good tight fit against the tire. You're going to tighten these again. There's no need to over tighten. And now we're ready to secure our straps. Okay, the last thing you do is take these 2 cam straps. These help secure the rack from moving left and right. You're going to put one through the loop like so that the cam strap is on the outside. You need to put the other one opposite, again, so the cam strap's on the outside. And you're going to strap this now to the right and left of your vehicle. I'm going to give you 2 options for doing this. Here is the first option. If you've got any type of attaching piece on the outside of your bumper, this is the preferred method to attach this piece right here. Another option, if you don't have clevis hitch points on your rear bumper, is to run the strap around the rear of your spare tire and then attach it right down here or one of the attaching points at the trailer hitch. One more option for your straps, if you don't want to roll it around the spare tire or you don't have clevis hitch points on your rear bumper, is to run it around the spare tire underneath the vehicle and attach it to an attaching point up underneath the bumper. Today we're just going to put it on the clevis points. You're going to pull it tight and then go tighten the other side. Take a look at the rack system itself and make sure it's symmetrical. If it isn't, pull on each side until you get it all nice and up and down. All right, your rack is on. This is a good sturdy platform. Shouldn't move it around when you have your kayaks or your paddle boards or your Christmas trees or your lumber or ladders, whatever you want to put on it. Thanks for tuning in today.
For more information about Hitchmount-RACK, visit us online at www.hitchmount-rack.com.